Okay, from the first part and the second part, you probably already understand what is the theory behind the Nei Gong training. Now, that's part 3 and part 4. Let's talk about what is the basic training, and then how do we apply that into applications. That's in the part 4. In the part 3, it becomes so important because it helps you to build foundation of a practice. In Chinese martial arts society, it is said, 练拳不练功，到老一场空. It's a very common sentence. That means when you train the sequence or the fist without training gong, gong does mean Nei Gong. When you get old, it's all emptiness. That's because all you train is only physical without internal energy to support the physical structure. Eventually, your physical structure cannot last too long. So because of the reason, Nei Gong training is a very important part of the training in all Chinese martial arts. So in this part, we try to tell you, explain to you what is the basic training. And I hope you can start training with this basic. Well, the more you train this basic, and in the future, in the part 4, the application, you can apply this training into the part 4. And then the improvement of your strength and your health will be very significant. Okay, so from here, the most important thing does come to how do I increase the quantity of qi. You remember we talked about 3 things? From the first 2 parts, we talked about 3 things. First one, increase the quantity of the qi. What's the second? Improve the quality of qi's manifestation. The third one, can you lead the qi efficiently, like following the right path? All these 3 things is very important. That's exactly in the basic training of this part is talk about this. So the first one talk about quantity of qi. Okay, improve the quantity of qi. Chinese martial artists, they use herb when they're necessary. But again, you cannot rely on herb all the times, because the body will addicted to it. Once the body addicted to it, then pretty soon you find out it doesn't work as efficient as originally. So the best part they discover is through your own body. The body inside have a fuel. That's we explain the first 2 parts, talk about the fat stored in the body. How can you convert the fat into the qi efficiently? So that's why if you can do that right, then the body have an abundance of energy supply. And people always worry about, say, I'm so skinny. If I'm so skinny, can I have enough fat to supply that? And please don't worry about it. You can convert the fat efficiently into the qi. You don't need that much of fat unless you practice a lot. Of course, that's why when you practice a lot, you need more fat. That's why you need more food. Because food is the one provides you storage of the fat when you have extra. Okay, so from here we try to see how we convert it. The first thing, let's try to review it. From the first 2 parts, we talk about dantian, the lower dantian. The lower dantian have a false lower dantian and the real lower dantian. And you have to recognize these 2, what is function and its purpose and its different training. Okay, let's try to see. Alright, as we explained before, last time and the first 2 parts, this is a very button. Around 1 inch to 1.5 inch, this area is called fourth dantian. Remember, dan is mean elixir, tian is a field. So dantian does mean the field, it can grow elixir. And also, Tao is also called danlu. Danlu, lu is mean furnace. That means furnace, it can produce the elixir. And what's elixir? Can extend your life. So let's mean here imply is a qi, the energy in the body, because they maintain your life, extend your life. Okay, so this is called fourth dantian by the Taoist. Remember, as we explained, through the abdominal exercise, you can produce the qi, because you can convert the fat into the qi with the surrounding of the 3 glands. Remember, your adrenal, your testicles or ovary or pancreas. Those 3 glands produce hormones. The hormones is catalyst, expedites the chemical reactions, so it will trigger the fat convert into qi more efficiently. That's a crucial key of the whole training. So because the reason abdominal breathing become a crucial key, because you move the muscle, exercise it, then you can convert it. So that's why this is called fourth dantian. But the Taoists, remember, Taoists say this dantian is false. It's not real, because Taoists, their final goal is really enlightenment. So extend the bodies to live longer, yes, it's one of the purpose, but it's not the major purpose. Remember, Taoist society and the Buddhist society, very different concept, different idea. The Buddhist concept, they treat body like nothing. They say this body like a smelling bag, it's sweat, it's shit. So they don't care about body. So Buddhists, all they do is just try to train the spirit and try to enlighten. Because the reason Buddhist monastery you can see is well known, body is weak, except the Shaolin Temple. Because Shaolin Temple train martial arts. But the Taoist is not. Taoist say, 性命双修. Taoist concept is say no. 性 is talk about your spirit. 命 is talk about your physical life. 双修 is dual cultivations. So because the reason Taoist concept is say no, in order for me to enlighten, to open my third eyes, I need to provide healthy and longevity body to open my third eyes. So because of the reason, then Taoists realize, yes, this fourth dantian, it can provide the qi through the abdominal exercise. Then this energy can circulate into 12 channels through the conceptual and governing vessels. So when the 12 channels energy enhanced, the body start conditioned, because you need energy to condition it. Okay, but this is not the final goal of the Taoist. That's why they call this a fourth dantian. They say in order for you to be enlightened, you have to condition your battery in the center. That's why they call this called real dantian. See, once you condition this real dantian, that's mean you condition the battery. That's why you read my book about talking about muscle tendon change, bone marrow washing. That book inside. The Bodhidharma's concept is how do I condition this battery? Actually, it's condition the nerve system. We condition the nerve system, allow the nerves can take in more electricity without causing pain. So then you try to increase the capacity of the storage. Without this battery condition, it cannot store qi higher than normal people. So that's the first step. The second step, can you lead the qi to the center to store it? That's another step, because in this section we're going to talk about how this happened and what requirement for you to make this happen. Okay, but you talk about, I want to train my Qigong only for health, for longevities. The real dantian is not as important. Of course it's important, but it's not as important because it's talk about nourishing your brain, raise up your spirit, and try to reopen the third eyes. But you say, okay, I'm more concerned with physical structure, muscle tendon change. Then I have to go here. See, so you can see the dantian here. This is a muscle tendon change. And this brain washing, brain bone marrow washing. So because this is center, give you stability of inner storage, and this one give you manifestation. So because of this reason you store to a level, this is manifested. So this is a fourth dantian, this real dantian. This one, how much energy can store? You can store to a levels, then it start manifested. But this one can store at very high levels if your battery allows you. You know the large and small intestine? How long the large and small intestine? You put your hand up, you look at this height, it's 6 times of this height is your large and small intestine. There's a big, huge, long tubes over here. And this tube really store the charges and store your energy there. Okay, so now you understand the dantian. Now I say, okay, then in this case, how can I condition this dantian? This become very second part. How do I condition the dantian? Okay, so here I want to show you some example. That's what we practice in the center here. The first one you can see the abdominal area. Whole area is how do I condition this area? Why you try to condition? Try to condition the muscles. You can use it as efficient as possible. If you can use the muscle as efficient as possible, then the more fat can be converted into the qi. See, that's become so important. Can you move the muscle here easily? Abdominal muscle. So it becomes very important part of training in this center. Every morning the student have to train the muscle conditioning. So you can look at this side, you can see it's a circling. Because usually beginners will always push out, pull in, push out, pull in. But that's a stiff. That means the energy is force. But you can make it wrong, that is soft. See, every time you tense the muscle, you're consuming the qi. You can convert the fat, but you're consuming as well. So they try to use it as soft as possible. It can produce a qi, so that kind of extra qi can store it. So because the reason, can you use a muscle here to control it? So it become this kind of exercise. This is the easiest one. Because the body's muscle is easy for you to control this way. And the reverse and become harder. So these two, if you can practice every day, will give you the very good foundation already. But after you practice for a while, you say, oh, no problem. You don't get stomach upset, you don't get everything give you trouble. Then you start going the sideways. See the sideways, this will go this side and go reverse. This time it becomes harder. If you sit down, it will be easier. When the standing is harder. Because standing, the muscle here tighten to protect and the body supporting it. When you sit down, the muscle here easy to move. So I would say, when you sit down, cross the leg, you find out this place can move much easier. Otherwise, stand up is harder. So go the other side as well. I would suggest practice probably 10 times for each one. And you find comfortable and slowly, gradually increase it. You can put the 50 forward, 50 backwards, 50 this way, 50 this way. Now, your mind will be able to control muscle here efficiently. You see, the whole thing is like how much your mind can control the battery. When you can move it, then you can start stimulate it. Okay, so this first one is called dantian zhuji. The dantian zhuji, that's build the foundation. You have to condition the foundation. Then after that, you start practice this kind of bouncing. This kind of practice, what we try to do. Because this kind of bouncing exercise is different from circling. Bouncing exercise can produce the qi so fast, almost like I want to move my hand so fast. You have to convert the fat into qi very fast. So this kind of training is very good to build the qi instantly to good levels. I remember there's a very famous master, Tai Chi master called Master Zhou Zhonghua. He built a Tai Chi farm in the New York State. And because I was there every year to support him. When he was 68, he invited me to Tai Chi farms. And he looked like 68. When he was 81, that's the year he was hit by a truck. Yeah, he got killed because car accident. Then he still looked like 68. I tried to figure out why, how he maintained his body so good and so healthy, flexible, with 81 years old. When he's about 78, after breakfast, he said, hey, let me show you something. I said, what? Then he take this clothes off, push this down. I said, what are you doing? Then he lie down on the floor and put a penny on the dantian. I was standing there, he just dong, the whole penny going jump up all the way to my eyes. He say, you want to have a long life, healthy life, condition your dantian. Because when you condition your dantian, you have extra energy to support your life. It's true. because that's a wonderful conditioning he practiced. And then when I went back to my hotel room, I said, okay, I want to try. Then I put a coin there, and boom, it's a doop, doop. You won't even go 1 foot. That means take a long time to train. Okay, so because the reason is called this kind of springing, later we're going to see the group they're training. This springing power is so important, especially why it's so important, especially for the Jing manifestation. The Jing manifestation, you have to get the energy out instantly, so you have to coordinate with the abdominal muscles. So the more this muscle can be spring out, then the more power can be sharp and penetrating. See, that is the key of the later application. But if you can control this muscle first, make the muscle so efficient, you can control it. Bounce it, bounce it, bounce it, bum bum, double bounce it, bum bum bum, 3-part bounce it, with coordination of your perineum. Remember, every time perineum you push out, energy release. So without coordinating with the perineum, it's only muscles. So that power is not high levels. Okay, so let's give you an idea already. I want to condition my dantian. What should I do? Move, rotate. Then second is what? Bouncing it. Now, we talk about how you build up the qi to higher levels. How do you build qi to higher level? Chinese called pei qi. Pei qi, that means develop the qi to higher level, cultivate the qi to higher level. Of course, you try to see how do I convert this one. You already know the trick is a reverse abdominal breathing or normal abdominal breathing. It doesn't matter what, this breathing. Then this kind of build up the qi have 2 ways, commonly known. One's called martial fire. The other one is a scholar fire. Martial fire, Chinese called Wu Huo. Scholar fire called Wen Huo. If you don't ask a Chinese martial artist, they should know this. Martial fire, that means you develop the muscles, you convert the fire so fast. And then that one, that when you start cooking something, the fire is so big and it can boil water very quick. Wen Huo, that means you simmer it. The fire is very little and slow cooker, cook for a long time. What's the big difference of this one? This one builds the qi very fast, but this one builds the qi slower, but this one you manifest it because the tension. So martial fire, what they do, for example, one of martial art training is later you see with a belt. The belt is tied up, and after that you push this out. So that means muscle very strongly push out the dantian area. So one of the training is this training. Okay, remember the sound is so important. Ha sounds make energy manifested. We explained it last 2 parts. Sound lead the qi to bone marrows. So ha sound, sound, you have to know how to manipulate it skillfully. So when you say the energy start manifested. All right, try to look at one of the style in Chinese martial art. They use this a lot. It's the tiger claw. Tiger claw. Next time we see tiger claw demonstration, you see the student come out right away. Before they do anything. Because when you do this one, they build up the qi so fast. For example, you feel chilly, you feel catching cold. If you're catching cold, you just go out, do this for 50 times, your body starts sweat. Then cold is over. Because this one build the guardian qi and build the build vessels energy. So the guardian qi expanded. Okay, but this kind of martial fire, yes, you can build up, make a lot of money quickly, but you spend it quickly. And the Taoists say, yes, it's good to serve purpose when you need energy to fight or energy to lose against sickness. But you want to store it? No, you have to use a scholar fire. Now what's a scholar fire? You push out gently, and gently push out and relax gently. Push out gently, relax gently. Remember we talk about 2 ways, right? Remember, recognize the body, 2 chambers. One is here, one is here. So this one and this one. If this one, these 2 pistons, if this going down this way, this normal abdominal breathing, you're relaxing. If this one goes this way, it's reverse abdominal breathing. Okay, as we mentioned it, you have an intention to develop a chi. You have an intention to make things happen. What kind of breathing we use? See? If you don't remember, go back to part 2, we talk about it. It's reverse abdominal breathing because you have an intention. You have an intention to make things happen, to develop the chi. Then reverse abdominal is more effective. Okay, so let's give you an idea already. So when you try to build the chi, every day you can start practice. Yeah, you practice inhale, exhale. It depends how you want to do it. You can try martial fire. You can build chi instantly. You can use a scholar fire, like a sit deep meditation. Your abdominal area is very soft, until you build the chi. Okay, that one, this kind of chi can lead it inside, can be led inside to store it. But this one, it cannot. You manifest it. Okay, so you can practice, after practice, for 5 minutes first. Of course, if you find out you cannot control muscle here efficiently yet, I would suggest go to normal abdominal breathing first. After normal abdominal breathing, you feel comfortable, and go to reverse abdominal breathing. I don't want you feel uncomfortable in your stomach area. Okay, so after 5 minutes, you find out this place get warm, and you practice. After a few weeks, a lot of you may experience this place vibrate. When this vibrate, in the Tai Chi Chuan called Gu Dang. Gu is a drum, Dang is vibration. You feel like vibration of a drum, this kind of feeling, that's good sign. That means the battery, the nerve system here start conditioning. Allow the chi to store to higher levels. Okay, so this is very important, and this kind of episode can repeat a few times. So that's me, you start condition this one, allow you to build up more chi and convert more chi. So if you find out your body need energy, reverse abdominal breathing every day. Practice. If you have 5 minutes, 10 minutes, it doesn't matter how much. The more you practice, the more you can use this fat to convert it as a chi. They build up the quantity of the chi. Okay, now you know how to build up the chi to higher levels. Now, you have to store it. The question is, store it in Chinese called yang qi. Yang is mean nourishing. To build up chi to higher levels. Sometimes they call chong qi. That means to fill up the chi where they fill up. See, of course you can stay here, but you won't stay too long. When the energy here go to a certain levels, it's going to circulate. But you can store the chi here, but do you have a battery to store it? Of course, you have a good battery here, no problem. You can store the chi to higher, very high levels, but you have to condition the batteries. Okay, so without this, you won't be able to store the chi. So remember, I want to store chi to higher levels. Do I have a capability to store it? You do have that. Then what next thing you need? Embryonic breathing. See, question is, how do I lead the chi to the center? You have to practice embryonic breathing. Your mind cannot find this center, your mind cannot register this center, then you cannot lead the chi to the center to store it. So this becomes very important part. Remember I told you the embryonic breathing is so crucial key for you to control your energy, to govern your energy, to manifest your energy, instead of energy become chaos. See? But in order to control your chi, that means mind has to be in the limbic system. The mind cannot be chaos. Mind should not be, your conscious mind should not take over. So, because of this reason, you have to learn, practice embryonic breathing. When you practice embryonic breathing, you realize you have to use the front side and back side at the same time. Then you can find the center. So eventually, when you practice embryonic breathing for a while, you find out it's not only these two, because these two access to the bell vessels, connective bell vessel. Eventually, you're going to feel entire belt breathe with it, with the front side and back side, because this is a Mingmen, this is a Yin Jiao. But it's not only that, because your perineum. So you're going to feel this. See, when you have that feeling, and from this center, everything expands, then yes, you got ambient breathing. Then you find out the qi can store to a higher levels. Okay, so that's called fill up the qi. Then after you fill up the qi, remember you have a quantity, now you have a quality of control now. The third thing is what? Remember what's the third thing we talk about? Transportation. How do I lead the qi from one place to another place so I can manifest it? Remember everything we said this one is going to be practiced later. Okay, so how do I lead the qi? It's become very important part of training. So in order to train the qi, that means martial arts, grand circulation is a foundation of the martial art Nei Gong. Okay, we talk about what? Talk about Da Zui, this cavity. Talk about Mingmen, Hui Yin, and talk about Yin Jiao. So the whole idea is I want to lead the qi here. Inhale. When you go here, now this open and joined it. So that means have an extra energy join here and go to the Da Zui and go to the arms. So this exhale and this inhale. Eventually, in the second part of this, the second section of this part, we're going to demonstrate how you practice with partners. Okay, so from here you can see this and this. So this is extra energy. So far, this one, normal people don't have it. So you have to know how to open the Mingmen. Remember we talked about how to open the Mingmen by gently push back your low back. And the Mingmen is located between L2 and L3. Your lumbar. Now, I can lead the qi. Does that mean the end? No, you can lead the qi. Can you manifest it strongly? See, the final goal of the training of this thing, because I'm just give a whole concept first for this section, then go to the next session, we go to train. Okay? Because the last one, can you strengthen your qi? Without strengthening your qi, then your qi cannot be developed to a higher level. You have a qi, can you manifest it to a more efficient way, more powerful way? See, that's what we call 壮气. 壮气 is very common in Chinese martial society. There are many ways of training. Then all these ways, you can train one, can be more beneficial than the other one. So, but if you can cover all of them, it'd be great. One is a belt. This belt is so important. The whole idea for a belt is a belt called resistance. Because whenever you're resistance, then the energy build up. See, here is here. Remember, you want to push something heavy. This one you push out, and this one you push out. So here push out, this is yin, this yang. This is a foundation, origin of the power, because this was the dantian. Here, coordination for the hui yin, perineum. They make everything different. So because reason, whenever this push out, energy manifested, and at the same time, you show externally, okay? So let's try to show you this practice in martial arts. But today, I see the Olympic, the people that lift the weight, they put this one inside now. Yeah, because they start catching the secret, okay? So what you do is tie up this one as tight as possible. Yeah, you can find, because the belt originally used in China is to build this Nei Gong. But when there's a belt system, the training passed to Japan and become ranking system, then that's not quite good, because it loses purpose, become ranking. So this one should tie as tight as possible. Before, when I train in the white crane, my master come to check you. If you can put the finger in to loose. So you have to tie so tight, because in this case you can restrain it here. Then after that, because I cannot type too tight, because the battery is here. It can destroy it. Okay. So I just show you, because later you can see they train. So this one, when you go here, because there's this one resistance, then okay. Now this one, it can build up strongly and manifest, because the resistance here. Now they call bell vessels. Because this one restrain the blood vessels energy. So in this case, the blood vessels energy have to expand stronger. So once you take this off, now this energy go double further, much stronger. Okay, you can see strength theory. One of the common way is put a belt. That's why you see all Chinese martial arts style. They train with the belts and tied up on it. So in this case, every time you use a reverse abdominal breathing, the qi can be manifested into the power more efficiently. Even Tai Chi Chuan. Tai Chi Chuan usually when they practice, when they relax, they don't use a belt. But when Tai Chi start manifest the Jing, they still use a belt for martial art training. But unfortunately today, most of Tai Chi they practice for relaxations. So they don't use this one to restrain the waist area. Okay, that's one of the most common. Then once you have this common one, the second one is called Gui Xi. Gui Xi is a turtle shell breathing training. Turtle shell breathing training is come here. Let me use a piper. The whole idea is this is a rib. This is a Mingmen. So you go through the grand circulation. Inhale here, and then this open, and then continue to lead the chi up. Then the chi here, you don't lead it to the arms. From here, because the chi still fill up this governing vessel, then you follow the rib cage, then go it out. So this one, it look like a, thank you, you look like a turtle shell. If you think about our rib, how our ribs grow, from the spinal cord here and from this vertebrae and grow this way. We just follow the nature way. Because this is most important. You look at the body structure, this is yin, the back is yang. The back is yang, the energy more manifesting. And the entire back is supported by the ribs on the back. That's the energy so strong. This training is especially important for those people that want to train iron shield training. There's one of iron shield training is really you have to learn to lead the chi to fill up this conceptual vessel on the back, and then you exhale. You push out like a whole things surrounding the back. Yeah, so you keep practice that. There'll be another one. Of course, you still need a belt. And then third things, we call Ding Bao. Ding Bao, that means you try to expand this chi entire body. So one of the ways to train it, I use a Nikki. It's a both sides practicing. See, from here, one person will hold here and hold as tight as possible. The other person is truly reverse abdominal breathing and try to expand it, then out. Yeah. Good. See, this kind of training, thank you. This kind of training is also common. But sometimes you say, okay, I don't have people. Then it's fine. Use a rope. The third way you can train is you can tie yourself up. For example, if this you tie up on the tree or something, and people always do this one. Okay, I'm just show you. See, hold it tight. See, I got here. Then after that, I train. If this is a tree, huh? Then this kind of training. See, again, this kind of training to build what? Resistance. See, and this kind of training becomes so popular. And they become a very famous style called Tie Xian Quan. Tie Xian Quan is called iron wire style, iron wire fist. They specialize for this kind of Qigong training for iron shield. What they did is they tie up the entire body with a wire, the metal wire. Then they try to break it. See, that's become a very important part of the Qi manifestation. From this kind of training, the Qi becomes stronger and stronger and stronger. It's almost the same thing. You try to build a muscle with the resistance. Okay, then the last one, commonly I can introduce you because there are many ways to strengthen the Qi, and you have to practice and you have to find a way. The whole idea is to create the resistance. Because this one, again, this one focus in the Dantian. This one can against the wall or against anything. And then what you do is here, then inhale and then push it. Push it. See? Again, for this kind of training, yes, you build this one. This commonly also demonstrated by masters in demonstration. When I was in Taiwan, I remember there is a famous master called Liu Musen. He was sitting in a chair, but he's a little bit bad because he's 60s at that time. He was sitting on a chair, and then he was put the deck, and 3 people, they push the staff. It just boom, bounce it, all 3 of them bounce back, because this part is so strong. Yeah, that's the training for the staff. But here you can push against the wall, but sometimes later you can see the student train here, they push each other and become like a competition. Okay, so later you're going to see that part. All right, so all this, just give you an idea, all this kind of training can develop your chi and make it stronger. That means make a manifestation stronger. It's not like more chi. You have more chi, can you manifest it? If you cannot manifest it, it's useless. Okay, in the last sections we talk about how to increase the quantity of chi. How do you store it to a high level? How do you manifest it? But if you manifest it, then what you need, the quality. How efficient. Or the chi can be manifested randomly without focus. Now you understand the keyword is focus. When we talk about focus, it's your mind. So it becomes so important. Can you have a focus? When you can focus, then you can be so concentrated and the chi can be led. But question, remember, as we said, how do you concentrate? Are you using your conscious mind, your subconscious mind? If you use a conscious mind, you are not concentrating. You have to use a semi-conscious mind and semi-subconscious mind. See? You have to be in the relaxed state. It cannot be too nervous, it cannot be too tense. You are not concentrating. So because reason you have to see, how do I train this concentration? See, without that concentration, how can you lead the chi? If you're too much of focus, you're too much of ego, it's going to make it worse. But you can relaxly make things happen. Yes, everything can happen. Okay, so of course, the first key of training that, again, come back to embryonic breathing. Now you can see, I don't know how to keep emphasize how important of the embryonic breathing. Because embryonic breathing not only talk about lead the chi to center, and also learn to keep your mind in the center here, in the limbic system. So we can do that, your mind can control the body's energy efficiently. Remember, we talk about quality. See, this mind is so important. So remember, this is subconscious, conscious mind, this is subconscious mind. If you use a conscious mind, it's all chaos. You can use a subconscious mind, but at the same time, conscious mind is still there. It's called semi-sleeping state. If you can build that kind of mentality, then everything can be led. All right, now how do I do that? See, one way of training that, remember I mentioned in the last part, I remember when I was 16 years old, after almost 7 months of learning White Crane, I asked my master, say, how can I improve my training? He looked at me and say, you have to be patient. You have to learn to conquer yourself, be patient. I asked him, how can I train this patience? He said, I heard fishing can develop your patience. Oh, it's so happy. I love fishing. It's going to be fun. And if fishing is fun and can develop my patience, why not? So before I was 16 years old, my mind is chaos. After first month, I catch one tiny fish. I was very happy. That's a big reward after whole month. Let him go. Too small to be eaten. Then, amazing part, after 3-4 weeks, it's not fishing anymore. It's a meditation. Because you start build a habit, you already get used to it. Then your ego is gone. You don't expect you can catch fish. You sit there, it's not for fishing anymore. Amazing part is that after 1 month, I start thinking my past, think about my future, thinking what I was, think about my life. My mind become clear start analyze myself. And from there, it's amazing part. While I'm thinking, I still can watch it float. It's almost like you can drive. When you try to drive, you still have that alertness, but at the same time, you can listen to the radio. See, that is the keys. Then, after 2.5 months, my mom looked at me and said, "What did you do for this summer? I don't see you, but it looks so different. Your face expression is different. You're not the same guys." Yes, 16 years old, that's a big change of my life. After that, I know I conquer myself. Everything I want to do something, I can make it happen because I have that confidence. It's come from this fishing. Then later, my master mentioned about when they train, they watch candles. It's the same idea. You watch candles, so that's why I just say you want to practice your focus. Watch candle. The candle, the flame will move. Because Chinese use candle a lot for the Jing training, for concentration training. Because candle, the flame easy move when there's such a slight wind, and the candle will move. Can your mind register with the movements? It's called body language. When you are inspiring, can you register body language? Because when I punch this hand, before my hand come out, my body move first. Before I kick you, my shoulder move first. Yeah, every movement of my attack is different body language. Can you register their body language? See, one time, funny, my white coin master say, "Try to touch me, see how fast you can touch me." I was get ready. He said, "You're gonna punch." Yes, I was gonna punch. You're gonna kick? Yes, I was gonna kick, but I didn't even kick. He said, "How do you know?" He said, "You told me." I said, "I didn't tell you." He said, "Yeah, you told me, your body told me." It's called body language. You remember, that's why I started to analyze called body language. You see, in all the animals, they communicate each other by body language. Yeah, between humans too. Don't you see? There's an expertise. Your girlfriend always give you body language to give a signal. You don't register the body language, you have a fight. It's called body language. But same thing, there's no difference in martial arts. So because of the reason, can you register the candle? While you are watching the candle, your mind scatters around. Can you watch a candle, but your subconscious mind pay attention, so it can react accordingly? So that's the first step. The students here, they're supposed to watch candle 5 minutes a day. Only 5 minutes. Beginning to get excited, and slowly again, because they have to conquer themselves, continue. Because exciting period is over. I call honeymoon period is over. Then they go to the real training. If they can conquer that training, yes, you can see their reaction get better. Their focus get better. Then after that, it's not here connected to the object. Here have to connect it to your body reactions. So that's why I say, you watch it, set up the rules. If the friend go this way, you tell up this hand or kick. Your friend go this way, so you have to correspond that with your body. Otherwise you can't. Then that's mean you to develop what? Your subconscious mind to lead the chi through the martial grand circulation and manifest it without thinking. That means the thinking of no thinking. That's become what? Driving or no driving. That's become a habit. That means can you do the forms without thinking? It's grand circulation. You open the movement without thinking. Like a part of your breathing. If you can do that all the time, you're training. Okay? Then after that, you say, okay, I can focus. Now, I need target. Because the foreign training is not only for martial artists. For masseur, they also train that. A lot of the Qigong practitioners, they train that. Okay? The first one is very simple. Joint. Can your mind communicate with the joints? Because joint is make things move. Entire body, which part of the joints your mind can control most efficient. Wrist, fingers. Okay, in this case, that's mean from there for beginners. I would say practice. You can sit there, relax, put your hand on the leg, relax. And then inhale, put your mind in the center of your wrist. And exhale, make the chi expand. They call joints breathing. Through the abdominal breathing, remember, reverse abdominal breathing. This place is this place. This place is this place. Can you use your mind to connect that? If you can do that connection, now can you use a grand circulation? Inhale, lead the chi up there, to feel it, then expand it. That's called use your mind to lead the chi. Remember, the key word is lead. I want to lead. That means your mind is ahead of the chi. Your mind cannot be the chi. My mind on the chi is stagnant. See, I want to go from here to that place. Where's my mind? If my mind is here, I will not go that place. My mind has to be in that place. That's become very important part of Tai Chi Chuan or martial arts. I want to get my power out. Where my mind? Here? Here? No, here. That's where's the target. That's why do you have a sense of enemy? Will you be able to manifest the power to that penetrating into the back or into the body? See, the mind play the keys. If the mind is not there, the chi cannot be led, the power cannot be manifested. See, I've seen many people practice martial arts. Someone, so tense, it looks so strong, but there's no enemy. It's only for show. See, where is the mind? That's important. So, joints, the first one. After these joints, this second joint, third joint, all the finger joints, can you concentrate? Lead the chi there. For example, inhale and exhale. When I go here, I can feel tinkling feeling, then I can start training. Because those are training later we're going to talk about. Then, from here, this part. Lao Gong is another part. This part is special for the Qi healers. They train every day. Lead the Qi, inhale, and exhale. Of course, I don't know if they use a grand circulation or not. But Chinese martial art, yes, martial artists have to do. Inhale, lead the Qi up, exhale to the Lao Gong, and see if we can lead the Qi out of Lao Gong. That's exactly what Tai Chi Chuan talk about. An. Where's the mind? Here. Pretty soon you find out a lot of energy come out here. Can extend far and far and far. You can train to the finger as well. Yeah, I cannot forget when I was about 17 in Taipei. No, it's got to be 19. It's not 16 because 16 I was still in, 17 I was still in Hsinchu. About 19 I was in Taipei because the demonstration is in Taipei. Remember I talked about Liu Musheng? He's one of the old master with my grandmaster's generation. He performed these candles that I tried to figure out. These are candles in the front of a few thousand people. He demonstrated. He put the finger like this and the candle is there. You can see the candle go this way. When you hang it out, the candle come back. What is that? How can this finger, the chi get so much and they can generate the turbulence of the wind and push the flame go that way? That's why I try to figure out. I try to do the same thing. I can't. Simply because today we don't train as hard as the older generations. See, that's for the cavity strike. Can you project the chi to Lao Gong? Can you project chi to any part of your body so people cannot hit you? That's iron shirt. Now you can see what's the Nei Gong. Once you know all these basics, you can manifest it in different ways and become different fighting capabilities, potentials. Okay, so Lao Gong become one. And after the Lao Gong is what? It's the bottom of your feet. Which cavities? You already know. Bobbing well. Bobbing well, kidney number one. Because kidney number one gives you a foundation of a routine. Yeah, that's why later on the part 4, you can see how they train routine. When I train routine, where is the mind? From the Yongquan, very well, down. Because that's the center of energy. When your mind is here, all the energy is going down. Can you put your mind in that center and get down, Yongquan? In the ancient documents, there are a few documents talking about this. All right, if you have a Nei Gong, you have Yongquan. They call Nei Gong breathing, Yongquan breathing. Then you coordinate. They become next step. Okay, I'm step by step, I keep talking about. Next step is called 4 gates breathing. 4 gates breathing, that means I want to lead the chi to the Nei Gong and also to the feet, to the Yongquan at the same time, simultaneously. But questions, the difference is this passage, you have to go through here and go to the arms. The leg, you don't have to. The leg go directly down. So become very important part. For example, I try to lead the chi out. When I lead the chi to the leg, see, I inhale, still here. I'm not leading chi out yet. All the way I go to Da Zui. When I put my hand out, I start exhale, this one push down as well. So remember, this hand forward, this hand, the leg backwards. It's from here out, from here out. This is extra passage for our arms. That's called 4 gates breathing. So from here, from this finish it. See, a lot of times I see people practice Tai go like that. That's mean what? There's no 4 gates breathing because there's no balance. Because whatever forward is come from your leg. See, later you can see the training with the staff against each other. You can see the body balance or not. Okay, let's go. 4 gates breathing. As I mentioned, it's very simple. You can practice by yourself. Project your mind 6 inches underneath your hands and 6 inches underneath your feet. Inhale and exhale. That's the first thing. You stand on a brick, you're training. When you stand on the brick, because the brick, with the brick, your mind has to be underneath the brick for that feeling. Because you try to develop the feeling from your feet to under the brick. And they get deeper and deeper and deeper. That's become important part of a routine training. Okay, then if you can get these 4 gates breathing efficiently all the time, you can adapt this one into the sequence. Every movement is 4 gates. So that's means every time I put the power, it's really down because this down is still going up. That's called up routine. So you want to get here really down and this up. Then you have foundation. After that, what's the last gate? Most important. Control entire body's energy manifestation. Remember, we talk about 5 regulating. What's most important regulating, but it's very hard to get it, is your morale, your spirit. When your spirit is high, everything can be manifested efficiently. When spirit is low, it doesn't matter. The energy manifestation is weak. Okay? So from here, I give an idea. I want to improve my chi's manifestation quality. It's a mind. How do I use this mind to lead the chi, to communicate with my body? How do I lead this mind to the object I want to manifest it? So all this is a crucial key of a training. If you have this training, you build a foundation. And then with this foundation, you apply this foundation into the applications. Then it's different. See, for example, cavity press. Cavity press is a Nei Gong training. It's not that everyone can practice cavity pressing. Because this is Nei Gong training, you have to learn to lead the chi to the fingers and project the chi to the enemies and to focus in a tiny, tiny point. A lot of mind involved, a lot of 4 gates breathing involved, body structures. It's not as simple as that. One very famous Shaolin monk, actually he's not Shaolin monk, origin from Emei Mountain. You know Hai Deng? Hai Deng, one of the demonstrations he did when he was 80 years old. 1 finger, his body upside down. 1 finger for 80 years old. That's not easy. They call 一指禅. 一指 is called 1 finger, 1 single finger meditation. Because it's all meditation. You'll be amazed, huh? Power can be manifest. Make your finger so strong like a steel. As we mentioned earlier,